was dated between 212 and 230 million years old based on potassium-argon dating. Nobody argued with this. It was dated many, many times. Everybody said the KBS stuff is 200-some million years old. Until a problem came up. Richard Leakey discovered a human skull, KNMER 1470, under the KBS stuff. Well, now we got a problem. They knew it wasn't an intrusion. It wasn't a burial where somebody dug through the layer and buried it. They checked all that. They said, man, we got a pretty normal human skull under a layer of ash that's 212 million years old. We can't have that. It upsets the theory. So they redated the KBS stuff, even though it had already been dated many times before. They never would have checked it had it not been for this fossil that was found. Now they got ages from 0.5 to 2.6 million years old. I would like to point out two things. That's way down from 212. Secondly, that's still a 500% error. Half million to 2.6 million? We can talk a long time about that one, but the way they keep adding age to the Earth, okay? The Earth, if you want to believe it's billions of years old, that's fine, but I don't think you should use potassium-argon dating to do that, okay? A Hawaiian lava flow, 1801, a known eruption, was dated with potassium-argon dating at 1.6 million years old. It didn't work, okay? A Hawaiian lava flow, let's see. In 1959, they knew when the lava erupted. It's supposed to reset the clock. It's supposed to make an event horizon. Well, how come it's 8.5 million years old? Sicily, Mount Etna erupted. I was climbing on Mount Etna 2 years ago. It erupted 1964, gave a potassium-argon age of 700,000. The 1972 eruption gave an age of 350,000. Brand new lava from Mount St. Helens was potassium-argon dated, and it gave ages of 350,000 to 2.8 million from the same rock. This is brand new lava. So if you want to believe there are event horizons, you can believe that, okay? But rocks of known age, when you date it with potassium-argon dating, it doesn't work, okay? If you date a rock of unknown age, it is assumed to work. This is silly. Now, the potassium-argon dating for the KBS stuff is just one example. Here's how it's done. If you find a fossil underneath a layer of ash, the two layers of ash are called event horizons. Check your geology book, they'll tell you about this. And so the age of the fossil is bracketed by the two event horizons. I'm telling you, it's not accurate. This is not science. Somebody wants to believe that, that's fine. But see, one good experiment's worth a pound of theory any day. Okay, you can have all the theories you want about potassium decaying to argon slowly and the clocks being reset when the volcano erupts and leaves a layer of ash or lava. I understand the theory. In practice, it doesn't work. So I don't want to hear about it. Go ahead.
Okay, you don't want to hear about it.
I want to see some science. I can show you the scientific evidence says it doesn't work. When they test it, it doesn't work. Now, you can tell me all you want about it, but and I'll listen to you. But if you want me to pay to teach that potassium-argon dating works, I'm sorry, I object. It doesn't work. It's been proven over and over it doesn't work.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the sources that you're getting these things, so I will...
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Would the source matter? If it was an evolutionist, would you believe it? And if it was a creationist, you wouldn't believe it?
If the evidence is true, if it proves it, then I would believe whatever the proof shows.
Okay, here we go. Here's the source right at the bottom of the screen. Look it up for yourself. All right, I will. These are all right on my website, drdino.com. The same thing with carbon dating. You have similar problems, and I have all the sources listed. If you don't believe me, I'll show you here. 1949, when they first invented it, the lower leg of a mammoth dated 15,000 years old, but the skin was 21,000. Living mollusk shells dated 2,300 years old in 1963. Science Magazine, volume 141, check it out, okay? And the 12th Nobel Symposium, they said if a carbon date supports our theories, we put it in the main text. If it does not entirely contradict them, we put it in a footnote. If it's completely out of date, we just drop it. They pick the dates they want. Freshly killed seal, carbon dated 1,300 years old, Antarctic Journal, volume 6, September 71. Still not working, 71. U.S. Geological Survey paper, which I've got, people have said that's not correct. We can talk about that if you like. Right? But they said baby mammoth was part of it was 40,000, another part's 26,000. Same animal, getting two different dates. Anthropological Journal of Canada, 1981. They said no matter how useful it is, the radiocarbon method is still not capable of giving accurate and reliable results. There are gross discrepancies. The chronology is uneven and relative, and the accepted dates are actually selected dates. This whole blessed thing is nothing but 13th century alchemy. It all depends upon which funny paper you read. And again, I think you're missing a much bigger point, okay? Even if the Earth were billions of years old, that doesn't help the evolution theory. All it does is hide it long ago and far away like a fairy tale. It doesn't, we don't see any evidence for it today. Dogs are still producing dogs, and that's all we've ever seen. Now, anything else is something you believe off in La La Land, okay? But it's not science. So the age of the Earth is only the first obstacle. I don't think it can be overcome, and it certainly can't be overcome with carbon dating or potassium argon dating. But that's just the first obstacle. And I'm not, again, asking for my view to be taught. I'm asking for lies to be taken out of the books. Now, nobody yet tonight has come forward and defended any of the lies I shared tonight and said, that's not a lie, it's true. Is somebody come forward and defend, is it true the embryo has gill slits? Is it true the whale has a vestigial pelvis? I want to see the evidence for that, okay? Go ahead.
May I defend your attacks on vestigial organs and...
Sure.
Also, related to that, several times tonight you've cited as evidence against evolution that dogs do not produce non-dogs, and horses.
Wait, one thing at a time. You want to talk about vestigial organs or dogs producing non-dogs?
Well, I want to talk about both, but I guess
okay,
we'll start with both.
Just one at a time.
Okay, we'll start with dogs then.
Okay. Do you believe dogs can produce a non-dog?
Not through one generation. No.
Okay. So do you believe it's something that would require millions of years, and therefore it's not observable, so it's something you believe, not something you can show me? It's not part of science. Do you see my point? If you don't see that point, I can't help you. Okay.
But you're not seeing... I feel that you don't really... You're attacking the assumptions of evolution, but I don't feel you even understand the assumptions of evolution.
No, I very much do understand. I understand
so, see,
that you have to believe it happened. You believe it could happen if you had millions of years. Okay, you just left science and went to religion. Go ahead.
Okay, but you said that the dogs cannot produce non-dogs, but that is not what evolution says at all. Evolution says if you take two populations of dogs and expose them to very different selective pressures, then eventually microevolutionary traits will build up, and eventually, but for the first couple of thousand years, they will be able to interbreed.
Okay, so do you see how you right now are going from science to religion in the same sentence? Does anybody else see that? Am I the only one seeing this? Okay. You can believe that this could happen over millions of years, but that's no longer science. Science is what we can observe and test and study and demonstrate. I don't care what could happen over millions of years. What happens? We have 6,000 years of recorded human history with people telling us dogs produce dogs. What evidence do you have that would say that something other than that can happen? Don't tell me what might happen over millions of years. Where's the scientific evidence?
Okay, put in another way. Do you believe that 1 apple plus 2 apples equals 3 apples?
What does that have to do with dogs? I'm kidding.
So you can imagine that, right?
I want to stay on topic. Yeah, I believe 1 apple plus 1 apple equals 2 apples. I agree.
Yeah. So do you believe that 1,000,000 apples plus 1 apple will equal 1,000,001 apples? Or 1,000,000 plus 2,000,000 apples will equal 2,000,000 apples?
If you're going to give me every possible example, we're going to be here for a long time.
Well, you've never sat down and added.
Yeah, I taught math. I believe that. I understand. Okay.
So, you don't need to have seen personally millions of years of evolution to have to believe it.
Oh, no, you have a false analogy here. We have mathematical I've never seen 1,000,000 apples plus 1 apple equal 1,000,001, okay? But that is not the same as saying, I've never seen a dog produce a non-dog. That is absolutely two totally different things. That's a logical fallacy, okay?
How's that a logical fallacy? We were talking about millions of mutations and
okay, well, I don't think I can help you on that one. If you